Hi, and welcome to KiwaniTalk. My name is Skip Armstrong. I'm a member of the Dearborn Kiwanis Club that puts this show on through the facilities here at WDHS at Dearborn High School, state-of-the-art facility. We have a special guest. We have two special guests, actually. I can count even. Today, with an unbelievable show, and you should stay tuned because it's a golfing show and it's really going to be informative. Mike Kerekes.
How do you do?
How you doing, young man?
Wonderful.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And Dennis King,
Glad to be here.
the co-chairs of what we're going to call the FrostBite Open.
That's a fact.
Tell me a little bit about Mike. Tell me a little bit about yourself first of all. Family, where you're from, what area
Well,
you live in?
I grew up in Lincoln Park. Graduated from there. Married a wonderful woman from Ecorse. Then thereafter that we moved to Wyandotte. And thereafter that we moved to Trenton, and we've been in Trenton ever since.
Cool, good. Children,
I have two beautiful daughters.
adults.
Oh yeah, let's see, 38 and 34 years
Oh,
old.
boy, like me,
Yeah,
like me.
yeah.
Dennis, how about you?
I was born and raised down in central Ohio, down by Akron-Canton area, and moved up here when my father got a job at Ford Motor Company at Woodhaven Stamping Plant. Graduated from Flat Rock. I'm married, wonderful wife. I have 6 children.
Wow,
Don't ask me all their ages because it'll take me forever to try to remember.
that's fine, but they're all adults.
Oh yes.
Okay, good. Where do you guys work?
Ford Motor Company.
And,
Actually, right now I'm at Dearborn Stamping Plant at
okay,
the Rouge.
Dearborn.
But I
Dearborn
pretty much
Stamping.
worked all over.
Okay. Dennis, how about you?
I retired in 2012. I did 44 years with Fords, and at that time I thought it was time to move on.
Probably it's a good time, good time. Well, let's go back with a little history on
Sure.
FrostBite.
Well,
How did it start?
It all started out with 8 guys golfing the Monday after Easter every year. And then,
And then that date changes a lot,
and that
of
date
course.
changed, and the same 8 guys kept on golfing, and it was pretty cold, but it was our day off.
It
and,
could be pretty cold.
Absolutely. And then one year, our spring scramble tournament at the plant, Woodhaven Stamping Plant, I can't remember exactly what happened, but it didn't occur. So my buddy here, Mr. King, said, "How hard can it be?" And
I did say that.
and the rest is history, pretty much. Our first one was at Lakes of Taylor, and we had 96 golfers. And driving there, it was March 28th, and then there was freezing rain and snow and sleet, and guys played about 10 holes, and they had to stop because they were frost bitten. So I looked over at Mr. King here, and I said, "Well, we have a name," and that's how the
FrostBite Open started. The name.
That's how the name started.
Mhm.
You started at the Lakes of Taylor. At Lakes of Taylor, or
We started
Meadows.
at Lakes of Taylor
okay,
for 2 years. Then we outgrew that, and then we went to Bedford, Michigan, at a golf course called Giant Oaks. That was the first year we did the charity for the center, and I'll let Mr. King tell
And
you
at
how
that year, we had so little idea what we were actually doing, even though I convinced them how hard can this be. That we had the tournament, we bought in some gifts, just a few $100s worth of gifts to hand out, and we passed around a coffee can. 2 coffee cans, actually. It was 2 coffee cans that we cut some flyers off and taped them on while we were there, and we collected $5,500 in cash.
wow,
Yeah, that was first
Kurt
year.
had told us when we were saying we wanted to do a golf outing for the center, if we raised $2,000 to $4,000, it would be a successful event. So at $5,500, we thought we had hit the gold mine.
how did you pick Pendleton as the Pendleton School? First of all, it's for blind children and multi-disabled children,
That is correct.
and you really have to. You have to go down there to see it before you can really appreciate it. It's just a name otherwise, but this is the most phenomenal place. How did you pick Pendleton as the recipient?
Before we picked Pendleton, I guess I had something more to do with that. I had worked for years with the Girl Scouts with my girls, and then the Boy Scouts with my boys, and I was kind of in a gap for a couple years, hadn't done anything for someone else. And when Penderton, I got information about Penderton. They were doing a gate collection. So I started asking questions, and Penderton receives no government aid, no state aid, no count. They receive no money other than what is donated to them. And I told Mike that I wanted to do something for them.
Right. Well, that's pretty much it. And the first year we were humbled by how hard it is to raise money. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly all in the same day.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And it's probably the best psychology PhD that anybody could get trying to raise money.
But $5,500 in your first attempt,
Yeah.
Oh, it was cash and checks.
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Had no sponsors. We didn't have any of that at that time.
No.
And we just kept progressing forward. We know Mike had golfed in more upscale golf outings, so had I. And we started implementing little by little, and we failed at some things that just didn't work out right, and we just kept making it better as
So
well as we could.
So you were down by the Ohio border
Yes.
for a while.
Yeah, there was a time when I believe it was the day before Easter, a huge squall came in and dumped about 10 inches of the white snow down, and the golf course was going to cancel the event. And I believe it was Easter Sunday.
It was Easter Sunday, Mike.
And I told them that's not an option. We had about 400 golfers at that time that were coming from
Wow.
3 or 4 different states. And I said, that's not an option. We're not going to cancel. So we drove out there, made some par 5s, a par 3, moved one course completely over, moved all the signage, moved all the everything. And
Shut down holes.
Right.
Some of the guys, instead of golfing 9 on part of the course, would only go off 6
Right.
because it was underwater, too
Right.
wet.
You do what you have to do, right?
That's right. Adapt, adjust, overcome.
That's right.
When they give you lemons, you make lemonade.
Yep.
That's I saw that. And I'm going to encourage people, our listening audience, to go on the website. It really is an incredible website. It gives a great history, and it's frostbiteopen.org.
.org.
So and it really is a great website just to peruse for
Oh,
10,
sure,
15 minutes.
Sure. We've got photos from 2004 on up.
I didn't go through all the photos because I was so interested in the other part of it,
Right.
but it's really pretty interesting. So how many years were you at, is it Bedford?
We went to, yes, we were at Bedford for 2 years, and we outgrew that. So we needed a golf course that could handle over 200 golfers. So we ended up in Warren Valley in Dearborn Heights. And unbeknownst to us, Warren Valley is on the Rouge River floodplain. And when 3 days before we got there, Mr. King and myself, we were dropping off raffle prizes and what have you. And Warren Valley was Lake Warren Valley. It was underwater. So
It's on the floodplain. It's on the
Yeah.
Rouge River
Yep.
floodplain.
So we made a few phone calls, and McNamara got involved. And the golf pro, it was pretty comical. He said, "I don't know who you guys know," he said, "but I've got pumpers out here pumping the water off this golf course."
Huge pumpers.
So yeah, so
10 inch, but it says 10
Yeah.
inch on
they
the
were,
website.
yeah,
Yep.
That moves a lot of water.
Yeah, so yeah, we have been very blessed having the help from outside sources. We could not do this by ourselves. No way.
Oh, it's too huge.
Right.
Let's go back. It mentions Woodhaven Stamping.
Mhm.
Woodhaven Stamping. Flat Rock Assembly and Dearborn
Yes.
Assembly.
When I went to the Rouge,
Are they your sponsors?
they are. We have the Dearborn Diversified Plants as a major sponsor. We have Flat Rock Assembly Plant as a major sponsor. We have Woodhaven Stamping Plant as a major sponsor. And this year, due to the fact that one of our volunteers got transferred there, we have Ohio Assembly Plant.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so
So
we
you
are
have 3 of them now. 4 of them.
Four of them.
Four of them.
So things are moving.
So now, Ford and the UAW,
Mhm.
hand in hand, are doing this. You want to mention the locals?
Sure.
Let's see, now you're gonna stretch me on the numbers. This is the number guy right here.
I knew
It's
one of them
Local
was
387, that's Woodhaven.
Local 3,000,
Local 3000, that's Flat Rock.
local 600.
Local 600.
And it's pretty much all the locals that are affiliated.
Because there's different locals inside of the locals
Sure.
for the trades. That's how
Sure.
it's worked out.
And they've been very helpful.
Oh.
And Ford has been encouraging also?
Ford has
Because we've got to
been
give credit
monumental.
both ways.
Oh, absolutely.
The UAW is the major part of this.
If it was not for the International UAW Union and their locals and Ford Motor Company, the FrostBite Open would not exist.
I'm going to start giving some figures.
Okay.
How many people do you think have golfed in this outing?
Well over 6,000.
6,000 in 22, this will be the 22nd
This is our
year.
22nd.
This is our 22nd year.
Okay, and by the way, let's mention the date.
April 27th.
27th.
April 27th, 20,000.
19. It's
Because
always
now- 2019.
It's April 27th because we don't do the day after Easter anymore. When the UAW lost that holiday, we moved and we moved to a new facility where we're at now to have the event, and it's the last Saturday in April
every year.
every year now.
And it floats.
Sure, sure. But it's on a Saturday this year.
Yes.
Yes.
And it will stay on a
On a
on
Saturday.
a Saturday.
Tell me a couple of the other courses you've gone to.
Well, after
So you might as well give them credit too, because
Oh, absolutely.
you guys had a good turnout at all of them.
we outgrew all of them. We left Warren Valley again because the demand was so high. So we were looking for a golf course that could handle 4 18 holes, because at that time we had grown to over 400 golfers.
Well, there's not many courses around. like that.
Exactly.
No.
So the only one that was open, and it's unfortunately now it has gone out of business, but it was called Whiteford Valley, and that was and we golfed there for many, many years. And then in 2008, I got a phone call from Fox Hill out in Plymouth,
Plymouth, yes.
and they wanted our golf outing. I guess we grew large enough to make it worth their while, and we've been there ever since.
But you've really gone through some trials and tribulations.
Oh boy, if it could be
Tell-
done wrong, I think we've
Tell
accomplished
me
that.
about the clubhouse.
the
Or
clubhouse.
the lack of.
The lack of clubhouse. That would be at Whiteford Valley.
That would be Whiteford Valley. It was a large steel, what's the proper terminology for it?
Can.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. We ended up putting, they had vinyl sides that would come down, but we bought straw bales and put straw bales around it to keep the air from coming in. Woodhaven sent their millwrights out and their carpenters, and they put a door up on the thing so we'd have a door to close it off because there wasn't a
So
door.
we could stop the howling wind.
Yeah, and we rented large torpedo.
heaters.
They were 6, 8 feet long heaters, blowing heat to heat the thing. You know what? See,
And how many,
all
how
that.
many golfers?
At that year, we had about 370.
Yeah. With all that adversity though, and all the rain, and all the snow, and everything, we had a year when guys were gone, and I told Mike, I said, this is our last year. It was blowing rain, almost sideways. It's the kids.
Yeah.
The kids keep bringing all these people
Yeah.
back.
It's
That's
just
what it
incredible.
is.
Yeah.
It's because it's for the children, and that's why they keep coming
But-
out, no matter where we're at.
But for the record, you have to be a hardy golfer to golf in this outing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a fair-weathered golfer. You have to understand that sometimes it's 70 and sunny during this outing, and sometimes it's 32 with 30-mile-an-hour wind. So,
Or snowflakes.
or snow.
That's
we've
why
also
in the
had that.
past we gave away these. Every golfer got one of these one year.
Mm-hmm.
Every golfer got a blanket one year so they could wrap up and be warm.
When we get back from this break, we're going to talk about sponsors and what are the giveaways and how much money you guys have raised. We're going to talk about a lot more. So we'll be right back after these messages from Kiwanis and some students from Dearborn High.
Who is a kid? Well, that's a kid. And another. Look, a gaggle of them. Or is it a herd? Litter? Pride. But what about her? Tell her she's not a kid. Or him. So how do we tell who is a kid? Height? Age, maybe. But some of us have to grow up faster than others. A kid. A kid. A kid wants to make the world better. And one day, he just might. Is a kid fearless? Vulnerable? Strong? Nervous? Yes. 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 Kiwanis is 600,000 kids at heart doing all the little and big things it takes to help children around the world. Because kids need Kiwanis. All of them.
Hi, and welcome back to KiwaniTalk, a public service program brought to you by the Kiwanis Club of Dearborn. Our special guest today, Mike Kerekes and Dennis King. These two gentlemen are incredible, but they have a team behind them that create one of the best golf outings around. It's called the FrostBite Open. You guys should really be commended for this thing. It's so good. How many golfers do you guys are you expecting this year?
Well,
I should say this year, April 27th.
7th, right, April 27th. We're pretty much on track to fill up again at 360 golfers.
360.
Yeah, that's about all we can handle.
Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing? And you will fill it.
Yeah, well, we certainly have in the past.
Yeah. But you've been a lot more golfers too in the past.
Right.
So about how many golfers do you think? 6,500, 7,000 golfers?
We've had, we crunched some numbers, Kurt and I believe we're around 6,300 golfers, somewhere around there.
When you mentioned Kurt, that's the
Kurt's
recipient
there,
of the money is Pennington Center for Blind Children.
Right,
That's the official name of it, but it's for multi-disabled children.
right,
Kurt Sibley is his name,
Sealy.
Yes.
and he's the director. It's a great place. And if you guys are interested in any information on Pennington at all, it's a 734-946-7500.
That's it.
They're welcoming you for a tour anytime you guys want to go there, anytime at all. And I was there last night. Somebody mentioned, one of the rooms there is just decorated beautiful for the kids. Not for the kids because they can't see,
Right,
but it's
right.
for their siblings. There's a plaque out in front that says FrostBite Open, sponsored by the FrostBite Open. So you guys got to be really proud of that.
I'm very pleased.
And where's the golf outing this year?
It's at Fox Hill. It's in Plymouth, off of Northwestern. It's a great facility. It's probably the best facility that we could ever ask for.
They're a great clubhouse, don't they?
Oh, incredible. And the food is top shelf. We have assigned seating. We give away well over $10,000 in golfers packs. Our raffle prizes they probably start at $1,000 and they go down to about $300, and that's how we raise our money.
You're always looking for sponsors. I want you to grab
Yes.
your flags now.
Absolutely.
And we're going to put the flags up. And this is an example.
What we have here is an example of a $3,500 sponsorship. What this particular vendor gets is his logo along with ours on each green that's on the course. So when the golfers walk up to putt, this is the flag they have to put on the green, and it's excellent advertisement. And it got to the point where many vendors are actually fighting over this particular sponsorship.
Cool.
So we're very pleased with that. But we have sponsorships that go up to event sponsor, which is $10,000. And then we have 2 cart sponsorships, which is one available left if anybody's listening, for $5,000. And this particular one here is $3,500. And then we cursor down to the $3,000 beverage cart sponsors. And of course, we've got lunch sponsors for $2,500, and that's how we're able to raise the amount of money that we actually raise.
Right, along with the proceeds from each individual golfer too.
Yes,
So you normally sell those out too, don't you?
yes.
Yes.
So if they want that golf cart sponsorship, you better get a hold of somebody. How would they get a hold of them?
Well, they can contact me
Through the website?
through the website. My phone number's all over it. Mr. King's number's on it. What we prefer them to do is to call the center itself and talk to the receptionist there, and then she can take all the necessary information, and then you're in without the
Great idea.
middle person.
Great idea, and that's 734-946-7500.
7,500.
And Becky normally is
Becky
the one.
Becky
is-
is the one.
Okay, let's talk about your team now. You guys don't do this alone.
No.
Oh, no, not
Because
hardly.
he's got hair still. I can't see yours, but he's got hair.
The hat's a great thing. No, we're not the only ones. It's like an iceberg. Mike and I are the little thing that people see the most and hear us talk and,
Right.
and put on presentations and that for businesses and that. We'll put on a presentation at a facility, and there may be 8 to 12 to 15 major companies there that we're contacting them to see if they're willing to come out and sponsor. But below us, the ones that they see, there's 60 to 80 people every year.
I work with 3 teams. I work with the original FrostBite committee. We're talking 8 to 10 folks there. We meet, we actually start in December, and then we have monthly meetings till March, and then they're bi-weekly. And then I work with a team at the Rouge. There's 5 or 6 folks there. And they'll range anywhere from a plant manager level down to the hourly, person.
Sure.
So there's a wide range of talent that makes Mr. King and I look good at the end of the day when the event's over.
It's important to make the top of the iceberg look good,
Right.
though.
Right.
Because
And we're very thankful for them,
Oh,
and
very.
I can't stress that enough.
without 60 to 80 people
Right.
behind you,
Right.
Well, I was saying 60 to 80. That's day of.
That's day of. Now,
That's day of.
And then I'm working with a team right now that we, with Mr. Theron McGee at Ohio Assembly Plant, and that's starting to.
see, now that's
Turn
not
into
on the
something.
website, so that's a brand new.
That's a
Brand
brand
new
new.
as of as of Tuesday.
How many people do you think they'll send to it?
Well, right now, historically, whenever we bring a facility in, we always tell them to come out and see us. Come out the day of, touch and feel and see what we're all about. And then after they come out and they see the presentation and they see what we're all about, they're hooked. So they're going to bring, Ohio Assembly Plant's going to bring a group of 4, and they're going to volunteer that day for us. And then they're going to get to see exactly
Sure.
what we're all about.
Sure.
So
I
next
believe-
year I expect much more from them.
Our special guests are Mike Kerekes and Dennis King, the guiding lights of the FrostBite Open with the benefactor of Pendleton.
Absolutely.
You guys are just, I get goosebumps thinking about it. You just have done a terrific job. And after looking at the website, the website, frostbiteopen.org, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's a great website. And we've got some of the paraphernalia that you guys give away.
Sure. Well, this year, when every golfer comes in to sign up, they're going to have a choice between 4 items. That's the first year we've ever done that. Usually we work really hard to try to pick the perfect item. This year we kind of mixed it up. So they're going to get a travel bag. They're going to get
A travel bag like this
Yeah.
with the
Just like
FrostBite
that.
Open on it.
We're giving away these beautiful etched glasses. We're giving away a really nice divot repair kit. We're also giving away a beautiful walnut boxed gambling set, and everything has our logo on it. We're shameless that way.
It's just good
I
advertisement.
just don't understand it at all,
Yeah.
you guys being shameless like that. Because you work hard
Right.
for a great organization, Pendleton.
I have been all over the great state of Michigan, and it's rare that I don't come upon a person that'll see this logo and say, hey, I've golfed in that.
Wow.
And then I, tell them who I am, et cetera, and then I try to bring them on back as a sponsor.
With 22 years of doing this, I don't doubt that at all. And you're talking 6,000 to 8,000 golfers have participated
Sure.
in it.
Yeah.
What's the worst day you've ever had in a golf outing?
Oh, that would have to be 2008. That was the only year in 22 years we did not golf.
That was our first year at Fox Hills.
Yeah,
And we just had an absolute blizzard.
10 inches of snow
10
fell.
inches of snow. And they went out, the golf course went out, and they shoveled, plowed off a green, whatever they did.
You thought I was crazy.
And they did the closest to the pin contest. We did the longest drive over at the
So you were
driving
charging for
range.
this all the time. You're
Right.
charging
Oh,
for
yeah.
this
And
to salvage
that day,
something.
That day, even though no golf, nobody could golf, everybody loved that day. They come in there, they got their breakfast and their lunch, and they got their free dinner, open bar for 2 hours, and I think we raised third
Yeah, it was about our third highest.
highest money we raised for the kids that day. It's not the event. It is the kids that these people are there for.
Yeah,
It truly is.
yeah, that's so heartwarming. It really is. Just amazing. You guys should be thanked, and you will be thanked.
Well, no, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This is a pleasure for us to do this because we go out to 43 communities. Hopefully somebody will call in and
Sure.
say, I want to golf, or go to the website. If they
And
do,
if we can't get you in this year, we'll make sure we get you next year.
you'll try, won't you?
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
that. I know that.
Absolutely.
What are thoughts? Give me the last thoughts. We're down to our last minute.
Oh, geez, I don't really have any. What do you got, Mr. King?
I am very thankful, and I know we're being blessed with the opportunity to be here for the word of the Penderton Center for Blind and Severely Handicapped Children to get out there on the airs and for people to see this. And if they have the ability and they want to come out, this is a four-person scramble event. You come out and have a good time. That's all it's about. Come
I would
out,
hope so.
have fun, and you're doing something to help the children. And it's just heartwarming to see all the people that come out and do just that.
Isn't that amazing? Mike Kerekes, thank you very much. Dennis King, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'm glad you could come on KiwaniTalk. We'll see you next time on another edition of KiwaniTalk.